What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. If you've been following the channel, you know that Jerry Seinfeld is actually no big fan of kind of woke culture. I think more in particular, the kind of PC nature of woke culture. So I'm sure that he would parrot all the standard, lefty positions or leftist talking points, but he has talked about obviously, political correctness, destroying comedy. And now he has declared Hollywood basically over. That nobody gives a crap about Hollywood anymore. Nobody goes to see movies. And, well, he's not entirely wrong. It's not that long ago they said Jerry Seinfeld to prove he's not terrified of PC college students. He talks about, during an interview with Ricky Gervais, the de facto authority on manufacturing non-existent controversy, Seinfeld took issue with the reporting around stories, pointing out he wasn't specifically boycotting colleges, merely relaying an opinion shared by him and unnamed comedian friend, where he says, "I don't go near colleges. They're so PC." He went on to say that students just don't want to use this words, that words, that's this ist or phobic or that. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. To be fair, if there's one comedian who's an expert on how kids act, it's Jerry Seinfeld. Ooh. So, again, Jerry Seinfeld has really pulled no, punches in terms of talking about this kind of stuff. This is his, speech on college kids. Jerry said college kids don't know what the heck they're talking about. Saying, like Chris Rock and Larry the Cable Guy, Jerry Seinfeld avoids doing shows on college campuses. And while talking with ESPN's Colin Cowherd on Thursday, this is an older interview, the comedian revealed why. College kids today are too politically correct. I hear that all the time. Seinfeld said on The Herd with Colin Cowherd, I don't play colleges, but I hear a lot of people tell me don't go near colleges. They're too PC. Seinfeld says teens and college-age kids don't understand what it means to throw around certain politically correct terms. They just want to use these words. That's racist or that's prejudice. He said they don't even know what the heck they're talking about. I mean, based and true. The funny man went on to recount a conversation he had with his wife, with their 14-year-old, which he believes proved his points. My wife says to her, well, the next couple of years, I think maybe you're going to want to be hanging around the city more on the weekends so you can see boys. Seinfeld recalled, you know what my daughter said? That's sexist. Cowherd pointed out the flack that, comedian Louis C.K. received after his controversial appearance on Saturday Night Live, this, that, and the other thing. Well, now he's talking about movie business is over. It's no longer the pinnacle of society anymore. What do you think about that? I think that's probably true. I think that ultimately it's not necessarily about, whether or not this or that is over. I do think that there are just so many other things pulling at our attention all the time. I think that with the younger generation, sometimes I forget, like I'm 41 now. I'm an old man as far as things go online. And, my long form content on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Odyssey, wherever it is, that's not what the kids are watching. Even you look at like other, old timer content creators, they have whole teams around them trying to make them look cool and hip, pumping out short form videos because that's the only way they can stay growing and stay relevant. No disrespect. I've tried it. I just couldn't bring myself to get in front of the camera constantly and be like, whoa, we'll talk about woke. Am I right? Like and subscribe. That's just not for me. But you've got, the TikTok generation, basically the goldfish mindset where nobody, imagine watching a 3-hour movie. Nobody even, that's crazy. People can't even pay attention for 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes in general. But now you've got, various situations where, yes, I do think, by the way, so just so we're clear, I believe strongly that people will still put their butts in the seat for something truly amazing, something truly important. For example, Oppenheimer. Heck, even the Barbie movie. I wouldn't say that it was truly important, but it was very culturally relevant and non-controversial and pure old escapism. People went and saw that movie, and it made $1 billion. The same weekend, another movie made $1 billion. So it's not like cinema's completely dead. But Jerry Seinfeld said he admitted the movie business is over as he prepares to debut his first feature as a director. Jerry Seinfeld began his stand-up comedy career back in 1976 and later started his own TV show for 9 seasons. The comedian took on his first film as director with Unfrosted. It was totally new to me, Seinfeld said. Working as a director, I thought I had done some cool stuff, but it was nothing like the way these people work. They're so dead serious. They don't have any idea that the movie business is over with. They have no idea. He explained that the film doesn't occupy the pinnacle of social cultural hierarchy that it did for much of our lives. When a movie comes out, if it's good, we all went to see it. We all discussed it. We quoted lines and scenes we liked. Now we're walking through a fire hose of water just trying to see. That's so very, very, very poignant and true. I mean, I don't know what it's like in middle school nowadays, obviously, but like, you know, I remember when Ace Ventura came out and, you know, it was like everybody was saying, you know, alrighty then, like constantly, unending quoting that movie. You know, and ultimately, I don't know if that even is a thing anymore. And I don't really understand what happened along the way, but there's just so much better stuff now. And we went away from having essentially movies, and it was replaced by content. We need new shows. We don't care if they're good. New. Got to move on to something else. People don't like it. Okay, hit them with something new. Hit them with something new. Seinfeld had a few ideas on what might have replaced the industry spot in the cultural hierarchy. Depression, malaise, I would say confusion, he told the outlet. Disorientation replaced the movie business. Everyone I know in show business every day is going, what's going on? How do you do this? What are we even supposed to do now? Seinfeld isn't worried about the industry collapse due to his prolific career in comedy. Of course. I've done enough stuff that I've done my own thing, which is more valuable than it's ever been, Seinfeld said, essentially roasting, you know, probably remake culture and garbage culture like that with content. Stand-up is like you're a cabinet maker. Everyone needs a guy who's good with wood. There's trees everywhere. It's nice to make a table. It's not so easy, the comedian further explained. So the metaphor is that if you have a good craft and craftsmanship, you're kind of impervious to the whims of the industry. So if you, I mean, what he's really saying is everything that's out there is crap. That's essentially, right? Like that's essentially what he's saying. You know, this is the whole, like, I remember when, you know, remember when Jerry Seinfeld was talking to this, if we go back to this article, comedy legend Jerry Seinfeld brutally smothered a woke journalist's race-baiting gotcha question. Seinfeld is one of the giants of stand-up comedy. It turns out he's still as sharp as ever, and that's why this woke journalist got utterly destroyed in just 30 seconds. Stand-up comedian and TV star Jerry Seinfeld has always been known for his biting humor. In a recent interview is any indication, he still got it. Seinfeld recently was interviewed, remember this, with BuzzFeed Peter Loria for CBS Morning. Loria comes from a left-wing website, BuzzFeed, so his main focus in the interview was race of the comedians Seinfeld featured as guests. I noticed that a lot of the guests are mostly white male of 22 episodes, Loria begins, but Seinfeld is having none of the absurd racist questioning. Yeah, let's get into that, Seinfeld sarcastically responded. Seinfeld then pointed to the BuzzFeed audience and noted that there were a lot of white people in the crowd. Look over there, Peter, Seinfeld continued. What do you see? A lot of whites. But Loria started to respond before Seinfeld shut him down for good. This really pisses me off. People think it's a census or something. I've got to represent the actual pie chart of America. Who cares? Seinfeld declared, it's just funny. Funny is a world that I live in. You're funny. I'm interested. You're not funny. I'm not interested. Seinfeld then tore into critics who continually look for representation in comedy by focusing on diversity, equity, and inclusion while ignoring the very essence of it, quote, being funny. I have no interest in the gender or race or anything like that, but everyone else is calculating. It is the exact right mix. To me, that's anti-comedy. And that's exactly what he's channeling here when he's talking about, you know, why everything sucks. Nobody cares about Hollywood anymore because of left-wing political ideology getting crammed into everything imaginable. That's the truth of it. Like that's the cold hard facts of it is that Seinfeld saw this coming for the last 15 years. And now he's laughing. He's basically laughing that woke Hollywood has destroyed comedy and I mean, that's what he's doing. He's dancing on the grave. You know, it's not over. It's no longer the pinnacle of society. Everything sucks. Nothing's funny. It's true. Haven't been to a movie in years for too many reasons to list here. You know, I haven't darkened the door of a movie theater in 20 years. High ticket prices. I don't like crowds. I refuse to pay $11 for a box of jujubes. I don't really like crowds. Hollywood puts out almost nothing fit to see in the first place. He's right. We just saw him in concert. Great comedy, relatable humor, and no vulgar profanity, and not a word or a joke about politics. As for other Seinfeld show actors, bye to George, Newman, and Elaine. Total political hacks and haters. I don't know. I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus has had a pretty good career. I think the New Adventures of Old Christine was pretty funny. And yeah, you know, I think they say movie theaters will go the way of malls. Neither are safe, and what they offer is passé. I mean, that's actually also based and true. So, you know, he's essentially taking a victory lap because he's been talking about this since, well, okay, this is 2024. But like, he's been talking about political correctness since 2015. And he knows exactly why Hollywood has collapsed. And it's because they're too worried about DEI and all this other crap instead of just being funny. And the fact of the matter is, people just want funny. He said political correctness will destroy comedy. And he said this in 2015. So people want funny. People want escapism. That's why Jerry Seinfeld still sells out arenas, because that's the product he offers. And that's why the Barbie movie made $1 billion. You can call it feminist trash if you want. That's fine. But it wasn't perceived as that by the people that viewed it. And perception is everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe or follow down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.